Hello, guys. Shawn Ziem, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor. This is live number 62 on the year. And again, as always, a little bit later in the day, we're going to catch you at a different time. It's not lunchtime, so it's in between. So we hope that you tune in, you engage, you hit that love button, hit that wow button, also hit that share button. We want interaction. We love to see what you're doing. And if you're agreeing with us, asking questions, drop comments, that's where we all learn. So if you're going to take some time with us, stay with us the entire time. It's only 20, 25 minutes. You're going to gain major value. Let me just make sure the privacy setting, again, is the public. So those that are sharing it out can get it shared out. Let me change it and put my guest into the feed as well. Make sure it gets onto his, and it will be on his right now. Let me turn my volume down. We are going to get rocking and rolling. Let me bring on Brian Reed. What's going on, buddy?
Guys, how are you?
Doing well. How's it going down by you in your neck of the woods? I'm up in Clifton, New Jersey, and you're down in.
I'm in Cape May right now. We're rehabbing a property, getting a rental for the season, and I do everything from Cape May to Ocean City. So this is just a new feel. Getting ready to let somebody else use my property. So it's a new experience. I haven't done it since about '08. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I definitely appreciate you. We've done some lives in the past, and I've upgraded my little process and my using a different broadcasting facility and everything else. And for those that don't know who you are, Brian, can you give us a little elevator pitch or give a little background of who you are?
So I'm Brian Reed, Beach Homes. It's kind of I've been selling real estate down the shore for about 15 years, and November 1st, 2016, I decided that I was going to market every single day on social media marketing, and my business took off. I went from sales in the teens to the first year implementing it, doing 24. Then I did 52, and last year I brought somebody over, and her and I did 92 homes last year. 75 under or sold already this year, even amidst everything that's going on. And like I said, I'm pretty much Ocean City on south with a major focus on the Wildwood area of New Jersey and down here. Cape May is another spot right there and offshore as well. About 7 to 10 miles from the ocean on out is what I cover.
So it's interesting that you said in the beginning that you were, I guess, the traditional real estate agent. And then you started using some social media and we're doing some things daily and you can see your numbers increasing. What was something that you were doing daily? Some people just don't understand social media. They think they could just put a post out there and they're going to get all this business.
So I think part of it's building trust. And, for me, it is showing my daily life. I'm a big Gary Vaynerchuk guy. So anyone that follows Gary V, it's kind of, he was my precipice on, to go forward in doing this. And, I have a date. I have not missed a day since November 1st, 2016. Been through, surgeries, been through vacations, been, oh, shoot, it's 11:30 at night. I forgot to make my post for the day. So you can go back through. There might have been 4 days, could have been, maybe early on that I missed something. And it's all kinds of different things. I'm heavily involved in groups in the area that I'm at. So like, Facebook groups that are promoting the shore. So, I'll answer questions, whether it's electricians or plumbers or where to go out to eat. And I've gotten to the point where I've trained classes on it. I'll go to brokerage firms outside of my competition and show them how I've increased my business on, a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis.
So what I heard you say is you are a resource to individuals as well. It's not just selling homes. You are actually being there. If they need an electrician, if they need a landscaper, they might need an attorney. You want to have that circle of trust that you build over time. And that's what some agents don't understand. They think it's just you're selling homes. You are a quarterback for the entire transaction. And it's important that everyone communicates. Is there a communication tool or tip that you share? Is it just picking up the phone consistently?
So right now, if you look at most of my marketing that I put out there, it shows that I'm available from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week, and that's via phone call. Text, you can text me 24 hours a day. My phone kind of goes on the silent. I can see it, but I'm not going to get woken up if I'm asleep at 10 o'clock. And my machine, you know, if you get it, it says, please leave me a message, and I'll make every attempt to get back to you in a half an hour. You know, in today's day and age, somebody calls you to look at a property, they're not waiting 15 minutes for you to call them back. They're on to the next person. And, you know, with social media, you ask, like, you know, how you go about that or what you're doing. Like, my posts are simply the tip of the iceberg. Like, that's what you see. What you don't see is all the work behind it. You know, answering questions. I don't do rentals, but answering questions on rentals, putting them in touch with people. You know, when I sell a property, I personally don't list it, but if you're going to do a rental by owner, I'll take the pictures I use for the house, or I'll pay for the pictures to be done, and I'll create a video for you and show you where you can go do what you need to do to rent your property. So it's just bringing value, like top and bottom line.
Value, and like you said, you don't do rentals, but you will do things to help others make it happen. And you have these relationships all over the state as well that you're able to make sure transactions are getting done. You understand the whole becoming omnipresent in an area, to be that local celebrity, local mayor, so that people, you're the go-to for anything and everything.
Absolutely. And it's crazy. And you know, you had asked me about what some of my passions are. The Ronald McDonald House, I mean, is dear and near to my heart. So July 2nd, my daughter had surgery, 10 hours on her legs last year. And then that was followed up by surgery December 10th of 7 hours. So she had 17 hours. And we were at the Ronald McDonald House from July 2nd up until COVID happened and we had to leave because we were no longer getting services there. So from July 2nd to March 17th, I was just coming down to the shore 1 or 2 days a week to complete transactions. So I was doing everything remote from a one-room hotel room. Me and my wife would stay there. And between surgeries, my daughter was there for therapy as well. So we were able to raise a lot of funds for the Ronald McDonald House. But that taught me how to work remotely, like truly work remotely. And the benefits of that, I mean, me and a partner closed 24 homes in October of last year, and I was at the Ronald McDonald House. And I wasn't coming down more than 2 days a week. So, you know, with the COVID hitting, I was very fortunate that I had a lot of transactions in the pipeline. I hit pause. I told everyone not to come down while everything was happening and to wait. And, you know, that valve, when it got open, it was as if, you know, everyone was told you can't come to the supermarket. We understand you're hungry, but you can't come to the supermarket. And then they turned it on, and we're on fire down here. No,
you resonate with me because, like, my daughter had to go through her liver transplant. The last year was crazy with all the different ins and outs of hospitals and stays, and yeah, working remotely and doing video while I'm in the hospital. And people are like, you were inspiring. I'm like, I'm just sharing. I follow Gary Vee as well. I'm just sharing the struggles that people go through, because it's not just about business. It's about sharing and helping others. And maybe if people reached out to us, my wife has a groups that she's in that were biliary atresia for kids that have problems with their liver, and then liver transplant. We're in groups with that as well. So you're able to actually act like a human being and help more people, because people don't like to talk. It opens and allows you to express what's going on in your life.
It's amazing the people that you meet. You had 50 families staying in one, essentially like a hotel room, and with common areas for like lunch and dinner and stuff like that. And you know, you become family. You know, you've seen people ringing the bell because they just beat cancer, and you see people that you've known for 2 months that just lost their child that morning, and you can be there for each other. And that's just kind of where, you know, we need to be today. You know, and with everything going on, you know, we need to be empathetic, you know, towards others. And you know, it's funny. I had on my Zoom, like, I just got off a meeting, but I forgot that on that one, I had my background was nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. So, and to practice empathy. So, and it's amazing. Most of my clients come from areas outside of where I live, so it's connecting with the other realtors in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And that's why I offer to go teach free classes to 15, 20 people to show them how I did that growth. And I've been able to double my business 3 straight years, 3 coming up on 4, which is really tough to do when you get to a really, really high level and you're like, there's no way. And then all of a sudden you're sitting there and you're like, yeah, maybe this is possible another year.
No, you just keep working through it no matter what times you're in, and you develop skills to work remotely, which people had trouble when this COVID hit. And it's just things that, I mean, let's talk about your non-negotiables. Is there anything that you have that in your day that you have to do to make sure it's going to be a successful day?
I have a lot. I mean, I have a lot to do with my daughter every day. Like, my uncle just sent me a picture like the life of Brian, because it's with success what people see on the outsides, but what they don't see is that was 9 or 10 months that we've been with our daughter, and she had she's 13. We got to get her dressed every day. We got to help feed her. There's nothing we don't have to do for her. She doesn't walk, and she's going through these surgeries. She can't always get comfortable at night. One of the 2 of us sleep with her every evening, and she gets up 6 to 8 times per night. So like most days I'm up at 6:37, but I've been up 5 times during that night, and I work to 10 o'clock at night. I'm always available to the point of fault. My biggest arguments with my wife's like, can you just put your phone down? But for me, with the high level that I do, no secretary, no receptionist, constantly being there for my clients, it's easier for me to answer that phone call now, take that text, and put it to the side, complete that task, and move on. I really don't write anything down except for sheets of paper until I can get it done, and I crumple it up and I move on. But non-negotiable, like there's a group of guys and girls that I meet with every evening, and it's more of like I won't go deep into it, but it's more of helping each other, community service type thing, and that's every night or every morning, depending when COVID stops. So we'll call it 2 hours every day. I'm with this group, half hour before, an hour during, and a half hour after, helping clean up, doing whatever I can, and being there for people. So, yeah, I mean that's my one non-negotiable. I don't miss many nights or days of that as well.
No, that's awesome. It's important to have, things in your day. And if you're doing it as a solo agent, with no assistants, no secretaries, yeah, you have to have your phone in your holster at all times. And again, it's giving that personal touch and answering your phone at any time. But people understand if things are happening and you're with your daughter. If I'm with my daughter, they see her on a video, she pops in, does a little cameo. It's just things that people understand that you're a human being and you're answering the phone. But listen, can I call you back? And they understand and they move on. If they don't understand, those are the type of people we don't need to be working with.
I find people are more understanding during this time because, like, somebody called me today and their 2-year-old's crying in the background. They're like, "I'm so sorry, I didn't think you'd pick up that quickly," because it was like 8:15. I'm like, "Yeah," and we had a very nice conversation. They were looking at the property, but for me, like my days are stacked and packed. It's anyone that's following me knows I just completed 30 days, 30 Disney stories in 30 days. My daughter and I went to do something fun with her, and I wanted to give back to the community. And I was seeing all the parents struggling with school and being the cook and cleaning up, and the kids at home, they're bored and all that stuff. And I said, well, what can I do to give a break? So, I decided to do this 30 stories in 30 days. I went online, I ordered a book, like 30 short stories. So we just completed that. And in the end, we were having 1,500 people checking in now. In the end, it's, maybe 30 people watching the whole thing from start to end. But the reward was sitting there watching somebody that was, the TV just popped off, pause. But The reward was a parent who would set up his TV every night to put his Facebook on there. And he took a picture of his kids sitting up there watching me and my daughter read. And that was 20 minutes a day for 30 days. And then I think it was like 8 hours that we could give parents a break. 15 minutes to go to the toilet, 15 minutes to do whatever they needed to do, sit outside and read a book on their own, that the kids hopefully were entertained.
That's something that people have to understand. It's not all about going on a video or a post and talk about real estate. You're giving back. You're having and helping others. And you are taking some time out, enjoying time with your daughter, reading, and it actually was benefiting many other people as well in the process. These are things that each and every one of us could start doing instead of just tooting your own horn and, oh, list with me or buy with me or come with me for insurance. This is why I do what I want to do, like I do consistently, is giving value. So those that can learn something, gain something, that's important. I love the pictures and video you're doing with some cooking that you're doing. I know you're down the shore and a lot of seafood and things like that. Have you went to cooking classes, or you just kind of trial by error?
So when I grew up, I mean, my parents got divorced, and we'd come home from school. Mom was working. You're a growing boy. I'm like, I was an athlete, 6'2", in high school, 170. You're hungry. The food they fed you in school just wasn't enough. So like I would come home and a single parent. There wasn't a lot of food in the fridge. So like I learned how to like make things by combining things and putting things together. And I've just always had a talent for that. I have an artistic side, so that it comes out in my cooking. So, we'll go to a restaurant and my wife will say, well, what'd you think of the meal? And I'm like, it was really good. She goes, what would you do better? Or what would you do different? And that's where a lot of it came from. And for my birthday, she bought me an Uni pizza oven. And the Uni will cook a pizza the way I like it in 2 to 3 minutes. So I'm making the dough, having my daughter pick her things that she wants to do. And, gourmet pizzas, all the Italian meats, and then I'll do like homemade roasted peppers, and then I throw that on there, all the balsamic vinaigrette reduction, cheesesteak pizzas, sausage, pepper, and onion. Like all those things that you're like, why don't I try a little bit of this, a little bit of that, the French fries with the cheese sauce, So, but no, I mean, and that just goes back to the time in my day. Like I cook pretty much a gourmet meal every night. So that's 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock we sit down. 6:45 I'm on that Zoom call every night. From 6:45 that's done about 8:15. Then I was coming down by 8:15, reading the story with my daughter for 20 minutes or so. Then getting her ready for bed, changed, bathroom, ready for bed, medicine, putting her to bed, getting her quiet. So 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock each night was pretty much, or 9:30 each night for the past 35 were hectic. That it was only 20 minutes with my daughter, but it was, again, like that non-negotiable you talk about. You had to be there at a certain time. It's like getting your kid off the bus. You told everybody you're going to be there. Now go do it. And the social media since November 1st, 2016. Try to do anything every day. Try to do one sit-up, right? And be like, oh my God, I forgot a day. And then go start over, and get 3 to 4 years having not missed it. It's difficult. But, for me, there's not those things where you have to be there, getting your daughter off the bus, like everything gets dropped to be there. So, it's kind of cool to self-discipline. Like, who keeps you accountable? I keep myself accountable, and I let the world keep me accountable, because if they don't see something, they're going to tell me about it.
That's 100% right. And a lot of people I've been talking about, and I coach some people as far as with video. I coach now people with their fitness and transforming their bodies. And that's a huge thing. And you're doing it, and you're a perfect example. And I've done it for years as well, is putting yourself out there, taking a selfie. I just got done with a workout. Why is that important to do? Because it's proof that you have that workout done. Because people are watching what you do. And if you're consistently doing that, miss one day, and you're going to start getting text messages and emails. Hey, Shawn, what happened? You didn't get a workout in? So I make sure on Friday, like, listen, guys, I work hard Monday through Friday on my workouts. Saturday and Sunday, you're not going to see a picture of me working out or getting done with a workout. so they understand. But it's important. I'm always active though. I'm going for walks, but share those items. So those are things that people like to see instead of spamming business, business, business all the time.
So my post today, I love Facebook memories because a lot of times it'll give
Yes.
you like when the lights are changing down the shore because they're turning them on. Like I have my posts from the past couple of years regarding that, and I can reuse that. And I don't reshare it. I actually will copy the picture, which takes more time, save it to the phone, copy it, because Facebook doesn't want to see you resharing the same thing, so it looks new. Or here's a tip for you. Here's your tip of the day on Facebook. If you have a memory that comes up that was really popular the year before and it still makes sense today, go back and unlike every person's comment and then like it again. And what will happen is they'll think that you're just liking their comment. It comes up on their news feed and it comes up to their notifications as well. So all of a sudden, everybody's seeing your content again. But what I posted today was I screenshot 5 memories or 6 memories, and it was on this day 10 years ago was a real estate post. On this day 7 years ago was a real estate post, and then it skipped, and then it was 3, 2, 1, and then so I done it each of the last 3 years. So like there's my consistency. There's where the growth came. That's where everything started blooming. Before I was doing it randomly. You do things inconsistently, you get inconsistent results. I'm seeing the fruit of the labor. Like everyone's like, oh, it's easy for you. Shit. Like I put in a lot of time and effort into getting to where I'm at today. And going back to my uncle saying, hey, look, you got a nice life. I'm like, I'll tell you what, you pull back the curtain and you watch what I have to do with my daughter and what I have to do on a daily basis and the amount of work that I put into my job, you'll be like, yeah, maybe I'll keep my life. You know what I mean? So, it's crazy.
No, people don't realize that. And like you said, consistency is important and persistent and continuously doing this throughout all these years. It's important to do that. And yes, I've had a lot of success now on the insurance front. People, I don't have to look for insurance. It follows me because there's people out in my community that if they hear somebody post, I need insurance, I'm getting tagged a bunch of times. And then I call them, they're like, oh, you must know what you're doing. I'm like, I think so.
And
But
it's persistence and perseverance.
yes,
You're going to get hit in the mouth a bunch of times. It's not going to work right in the beginning. And that's the thing that I learned. Like, listening to Gary Vee, like start posting today and thinking it's going to come a year from now, and you're going to start seeing the results in a couple months. And they're going to be tremendous. But then, I almost used a bad analogy, but don't take your foot off the gas. You know what I mean? Don't take your foot off the gas. Like, you just keep the pedal down. And I'm looking at now in terms of years, real estate business, I could do this into my 70s. But at what point can I be that guy who's just sitting in my office in business? My clients just come in, we shoot the shit. And
right.
hey, we want to sell our house and buy another one. Yeah, let's do it that way. I'm already seeing a lot of that. I don't go on listing appointments and take this huge package with me. It's Brian. I heard you're the guy that's supposed to be. I'm like, well, go through my Facebook page. My last 5 listings, 4 of them got sold in under 3 days. 4 top dollar, at or above asking. It just is what it is. So let me, I tell you, give me your keys and your confidence, and you don't have to do anything else. You don't even have to show up at closing. I got you. Whatever you need, I'll take care of it. And,
Right. They need somebody like you. And especially a lot of your market is a lot of second home investment type of stuff. So you have people traveling from different parts of the country to spend weeks, months down by you anyway. So that's also an important thing. So they understand you're in good hands, literally.
And Zoom, I mean, for me, like I was already doing years ago, FaceTime videos for people 90 miles away. That's what we did. Like, hey, look, this property just came up. I'll go and I'll do the video for you, and you can check it out to see whether or not you want to drive an hour and a half, 2 hours from down and see the property. I want to see it myself, and it may not be for you, but I might have another client that it fits perfectly. So, I mean, these things, we've been doing them before, like I just went and got myself, first time, like I've been doing this 15 years, I got myself a printer at home. I just, I didn't really need it, but like now I just want to have some hard copies of files. I'm fully set up at home. I don't have to go anywhere anymore. Like I'm done, and except to show properties. That's it.
Right. Now, there's major value in our conversation we've had today. Is there any final thoughts you would like to share with everyone?
I would just say, like, just be consistent. Whatever you're going to do, like, your results aren't going to come immediately. It's working out, like you mentioned. You're not seeing the weight loss right away. You're not seeing, you may start getting stronger. You're going to start feeling better about yourself, because you're accomplishing tasks.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, to me, on a business end, I tell people all the time, like, if you're in my viewing area and you don't cover the shore, go and put on your Facebook today, hey, is anyone looking to buy or sell at the shore this year? I met an amazing realtor. Don't even, you can tag me if you want. You don't have to tag me. But at that point, like, I'll run with them, and you get a 25% referral. Avalon is a $1.6 million average sale. At 3% commission, that's $48,000. You'll get 12 grand. Refer me someone in Avalon, you'll get a check for $12,000. So, but all said and done, like, practice patience, tolerance, and empathy. Like, you don't know what somebody's going through going down the street. Like, you have no idea. And they have no idea what's going on with you either. So, like, if you want people to respect the kind of day you're having, the kind of week, the month, what you're going through, know that somebody else, is going through the same thing.
Well said, my friend. Well said. I appreciate you taking some time out of your busy day to share. And I appreciate each and every time we get together. And I definitely want to get down by you in the next couple of weeks, if not a couple months. And because I like traveling, like getting away. And I commend you, what you continue doing with your daughter. I appreciate seeing that as well. I do the same with mine. And I keep, just keep crushing, keep doing what you're doing, man.
Hey, and one last thing too. Like, I love connecting with everybody, and I think I saw you the same thing. Like, if you're somebody that is potentially, like, want to do referrals with me, like if you're in the Philly area, the Jersey area, Facebook friend request me. But I will tell you, if you just want to see what I'm doing, just follow me. Feel free to follow, because I'm getting close to 5,000 again. I have about 12,000 on LinkedIn connections. So, like, that's another good spot. I got to get back to doing a little bit more of that, more consistent on LinkedIn. But I appreciate you having me on. It's sorry for the little delay in time, but in this business, like, I gotta take care of business before I take care of this. So
Definitely.
said yes, I committed to it. I definitely wanted to do it, and it's good seeing you as well.
Awesome, Brian. I'll be in touch. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day. And if you need anything, please don't hesitate to call either one of us. Thanks, guys.